Kickstarting today's conversation, the Empowering Women Entrepreneurs Northern Ghana series. And this morning we have the singular honor having in the studio the lady who is the CEO of Fruit Fusion. The story of this lady who decided to follow her passion, the Fruit Fusion, is with us here this morning. And I want to say a very good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
His grace is keeping us alive.
Awesome.
Wow. And somebody says I have difficulties pronouncing your name. Why do you think they have difficulties pronouncing your name?
Well,
is it a Juwairiah that is a problem?
I really don't know why.
What's the meaning of Juwairiah?
Juwairiah is an Arab name meaning a young, beautiful woman with a calm personality. But honestly, I'm not calm. I don't really know why.
Why the name you Juwairiah?
Yeah, because I'm not calm.
Well, her name is Juwairiah Osman, and he's the CEO of a Fruit Fusion.
Yes.
Now, this morning, I just want to find out something. How did all this? How come you were able to follow your passion?
When people ask me about Fruit Fusion, I tell them it was born out of my own lifestyle. Somewhere 7 years ago, I was obese. Let me just say that I was very big, and it affected my health badly. And I was pretty young because at the time I think I was 23, and I didn't look my age as well. So I decided to go on a weight loss journey. I really didn't know much about it. So I remember at the time I was in Accra, and then I came on holidays to Tamale, and I was asking of a gym, and someone introduced me to the stadium gym, and I used to go with the person. But at some point, you know how inconsistent human beings can be. So the person just fell off, and I decided to continue. So at the time I was at Gumani with my grandma. So every morning I would jog all the way from Gumani to the stadium.
Okay.
So I used to go to the gym like 2 times every day because I didn't have much doing. The business I was doing at that time wasn't really, demanding.
What were you doing at that time?
I was into fashion. I was into fabrics.
Okay.
That business was called Fab Shop. A lot of people know about it in Tamale. So I would jog all the way from Gumani to the stadium every day. And I had one goal. I must achieve this. But how do I do it? I have to be consistent, and then I have to eat clean, because that's basically the rule. When you want to lose weight, they are telling you that you can't do it any other way, but eat clean and then stay consistent.
When you talk about eating clean and staying consistent, what do you mean by that?
You agree with me that we have bad carbs, and then good ones. A lot of people don't know that when you consume certain carbs and at a particular time, you tend to put on so much weight. But there are carbs that easily digest, and I think in our society, like in Ghana or Africa, that has been our way of eating for ages. So when I talk about eating clean, it simply means that switching to the fruits and the vegetables, because I believe that they are our medicines. I mean, if you stay consistent on fruits and veggies, you will realize that your skin changes. So many things happen to your body. You feel good about yourself. But when you keep eating, let's say banku, teasers, like every night, even during the afternoon, you realize that you've put on weight. So eating clean has to do more about veggies, and then portion control, and then fruits. Yeah.
So what informed the decision to come into this Fruit Fusion? Walk us through, how does the journey start? Telling us about changing your lifestyle that caused you to come to this level?
All right, thank you. So when I started with my weight loss journey, and then I became a gym freak, because it was like the gym was my second home. I remember there was this trainer I used to follow. Whenever I'm training with him, there were other women, and I was the biggest. But I will make sure that when we are running, I am the first. Every single time we are doing this, I make sure he applauds me for something. I'm a go-getter. I've never ever wanted to lose, even though it's okay to lose in life. But sometimes when I lose, I feel very bad. So within, I think, 7 to 8 months, I started losing weight. It was like magic. And I remember people started asking if I was taking pills. I remember people asked if I was into pills. I'm like, no, it's just it's a rule. When you sweat it out, don't put in much calorie in your body. That's it. So I think I was on this for a very long time without even thinking of making it a business. I think 6-7 years until COVID hit the world. So when COVID hit the world, I had a baby. She was pretty, say less than a year, and the business wasn't really going well. And I decided to stay home because I was always into fruit juices and making my own meals. I mastered the recipes over time. I mastered my recipes. I didn't go to copy from anywhere. I was just doing my thing at home and consuming at home, because it was very hard to get those things in Tamale. Very, very hard. So mostly I call people, when are you coming to Tamale? I need this, I need yogurt, I need that. So I was like, why don't I do all these things? I started doing my research and learning about them. So I mastered the recipes, and then when the COVID hit, I decided to stay home and start Fruit Fusion. And when I started Fruit Fusion, it's funny, I didn't have the business mindset for that. It was just within the period, okay, COVID has come, let me start yogurt. Yogurt was my first product, Greek yogurt. And I posted it, and other friends posted, and it got very good response. And then I was training women online as well, because I had nowhere to go. So in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll work out with them. I created a platform where women can lose weight. So it was always about that. And then the yogurt thing started spreading, and people would post about it. And that was just it. It was just in my kitchen I started Fruit Fusion.
Now, you were talking about you have no business ideas as to what you want to do. Did you get any organization coming in to support you to be able to come out with giving you plans, what you need to do, how to keep your books, how to be able to keep your recipe, and then be able to come out become your own CEO from the kitchen?
No, everything about Fruit Fusion has been about me.
Wow.
So when I started with Greek yogurt and it gained grounds, I decided to introduce another product. I have a lot of products I haven't even finished introducing, so people should watch out for it.
So how many products do you have now?
I can say I have more than 8 products now.
How many products are in the market now?
Okay, yeah. Sometimes I even forget. Sometimes that's why I have a price list. When you ask me what's the price, I can't. I just have to send you the price list. I forget. And unless my girl, you get to the shop and she tells you this is the price, I forget.
So you'll be able to build a shop for yourself
yeah.
From the kitchen.
From the kitchen.
So it all started from the kitchen.
Yes, I have a production place now.
Wow.
Yes, and I also have a physical shop where people go to pick up. So we're still in the process. We are trying small.
Now that's an interesting story. Trying to lose weight, and then COVID hit. So the COVID came in somebody will say it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Looking at the difficulties, you were able to turn things around through the COVID to be able to come out with your. But how come you met Vinmark?
I met Vinmark through a program. I think a workshop.
A workshop.
Yes.
What was the workshop about?
It was about women empowerment. Yeah. And then I met her. I think I didn't even really, like, I didn't notice him until when they added me to the group. I realized he's always, sharing opportunities. He wants, have you applied to do this, do that? So one day I'm like, this guy. So I took notice of the name until one day he sent me a message and was like, how are you dealing with your finances in the business? And then it clicked to me, hey, something you're not doing, you have to reach out to this man. So when Kumasi, and then he called me, where are you? I said, I'm in Kumasi. When I get back, I'll call you. But honestly, I've been super busy with work because production hasn't been easy. Because I'm my own production manager. I do almost everything. So sometimes I don't get the time to, do a lot. But I'm trying. I'm really trying to put things in place.
Trying to put things in place. And for those of you are listening, we're talking to the CEO of Fruit Passion, how it all started, the success story. And then do you think going into those workshops and identifying that somebody like say, oh, I pinpoint this person because he's always talking about opportunities, what you need to do, and we're able to talk to Mr. Michael Adai, and has he been able to cite you up to be able to push you to do more than you're doing?
Yes, I think these workshops and trainings has really improved my business life. I think it's very good for every young woman to join one of those. Very, very important. Because when you go there, they teach you about digital marketing, so many things that some of us took for granted. Even though I knew about social media and a lot, but I've learned a lot more of those, and then how to reach out to investors. Some of them even post links where you can actually apply, and it's been helpful because through all that, I think MBSSI at the time registered my granola. So few of my products are actually registered with the FDA.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big plus. How many people have you employed so far?
I have I used to have 3 people, but now 2. So we are 3 in number, and I'm still looking to employ more people because of production.
From the kitchen to the production. How does it make you? Let me speak to Mike. Mike, how does it make you feel?
You see, I'm always excited when women do some of this stuff, but more especially when young women decided to take their destiny into their own hands. I'm very, very excited about that.
And what are you looking forward in doing with a Fruit Fusion?
Yeah, so now I'm trying to get her books in place because her products are good. She's doing well. Let's keep her books in place so that we can look for more investment to expand.
More investment to expand.
Yes, so that's the plan for her.
Let me ask you your short-term plan. Your medium and long term, what does the future look like?
Very bright.
What are your plans for the short term?
Short term, I'm actually looking at getting a new production place.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like maybe I'm one and yeah, like I'm not able to move around the way I want to because the place is not that.
And in the medium term?
So, my dream, I think my dream scares me. I always tell people this. My dream is to own the first women's gym in Tamale.
Okay.
And a wellness center. Because I believe women, our bodies go through a lot of stress from childbirth to postpartum, and being a mother myself, I've been through that. And being overweight is not something to be excited about. Because we feel insecure about our bodies, we the confidence is not there. Because when you get to talk to women, I want to lose weight, I don't feel good about my body, I'm not able to dress in a particular way, and when you meet them and you tell them, I have 2 girls, really? How come? And I'm like, you can do it. But it's not everybody who is like you, who can just get up one day and say, I'm going to the gym, I want to eat healthy, I want to do the consistency is hard.
Consistency is a key.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's the
It's
hardest
very difficult
thing.
to do.
Yeah,
It's
because
just like because you want to change.
you want to
And
change.
change has to start with you. But how to start it is where the problem is.
Exactly. So when you talk to these women and you tell them you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to do, I'm willing to. They start 1 week, 2 weeks, and then
And they give up.
They give up. So it's not easy. And I always tell them I didn't get this body overnight. It's not easy.
It took some
I
time.
get to the gym, I'm human like you, I get tired, sometimes I get depressed also, but you just have to put your mind to it that you can do it.
Where do we find fruit fusion products? Where do we get them?
So for now we have Goel opposite Melcom selling some of our products like the granola and the Greek yogurt, and then our physical shop is at Chogu Yapality. Yeah, so that's right after Nobisco Junction.
And if the people online listening to you, how do they get it? Supply to them. Maybe they want to do all this from your online pages, your social media handles. Where do they go?
So Fruit Fusion on Facebook is _fruit.fusion, and the same thing on Instagram, _fruit.fusion on Instagram as well. And our telephone numbers are 055-047-6397 or 0505-499-499.
Anything you would tell the young and ladies out there coming out there, how do they follow? Like you said, you've told us how you follow your passion. What would you tell them, the young people coming, listening to you now? What advice are you throwing out there?
So I remember a young girl asked me how I'm able to get here, even though I'm not there yet, because I know people are looking up to me to also be what they want to be. I always believe that never look at the other person and try to be like them. Be you, look within you, and then you will find something you're passionate about. A lot of young people tend to start businesses that they are not happy about or have passion about. When you wake me up to make something for you from my products, I don't have to think twice. It's something I love doing. So sometimes when I'm not okay, when I'm a little depressed, and I get to the production room, that's it. Like I just do things, the way I want to do it, because this is what I love doing. I just love doing it. So please, if you want to follow, be who you want to be, try and then stay consistent. Be determined. It's very important. Stop looking at the money. From the initial stages, it wasn't even about the money. It was like, okay, so COVID has come. They are telling us to boost our immune system. Then, I just decided to make healthy stuff for people. Just follow it. Gradually, you get there.
Just follow it gradually, you will get there. Any other thing from a Vinmag? Such a story.
Yes. So she keeps talking about consistency, and I'm very happy about that. So for her, she should continue being consistent. And to all other young people that are into business, consistency is actually key.
Consistency is actually the key. Empowering women entrepreneurs in the Northern Ghana series, and today you had a story of Juwairiah Osman, the CEO of Fruit Fusion, telling us how it all started and then how the future looked like for her and what she's looking to become. I mean, she said, I want to become very big. Thank you so much, madam, for joining us. It's a privilege talking with you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We hope to see you again.
Sure.
And maybe in the next few months we'll come back around to do our own story on you from the kitchen right to the production room.
Awesome. That would be great.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Have a great morning, and I wish you well. But don't forget, you have to get your people to send us fruits, products every morning, and vegetables.
Okay, that would be
We
good.
need to work on our weight.
Yeah.
Right, it's very important.
From now, every morning.
Yes,
we
please.
need it. Good morning. Yeah. So you had that tete-a-tete with Juwairiah Osman, the CEO of Fruit Fusion, the story and how she decided to follow her passion. We are empowering women entrepreneurs in Northern Ghana series. Make a date with us, God willing, next Friday. we'll bring you another series. Have a good morning. The name has always been Al Samuels for God in Country. That's every morning and vegetables.
Okay, that would be
We
good.
need to work